Hola, chess people. Coach Matthew back with the first of our variant videos. Now, I was originally intending to do all of the variants on the Sunday evening live streams, but we're still working out a lot of the kinks with the live streams, so I'm just going to start posting the individual variant videos on YouTube. And I'll still, if the live stream gets sorted out, we'll put them up there as well, but it doesn't hurt to post them individually on YouTube. Any variant listed in the variants playlist is not regular chess as we would know it, orthodox chess. There's something a little different, at the very least, one difference, and then you've got a variant. There can be many differences. And a lot of the variants we're going to cover are quite different from orthodox chess. There's differing schools of opinions on variants. I happen to like variants very much because they're fun and they can be very chaotic when combined with other variants. They can kind of keep you on your toes. In terms of, does it help the the average club player? I really don't know, but I do know that every single one of my students enjoys Bughouse, and that's probably the most common variant played at high levels of chess, and I don't think it hurts players' games at all playing Bughouse. Other variants may be damaging to their game. I really don't know, but if it's fun and the student wants to check it out, I really don't see a problem with that, so long as they understand it's a variant and it doesn't necessarily correspond to over the board tournament play. Now, the piece coordination, piece, yeah, okay, but in terms of the planning, it's a completely different animal. Playing a lot of variants, one variant, then another, then another, then another, it can be headache causing. You can get confused, lose track of what variant you're playing. So simulating a bunch of different variants, that would be pretty interesting, but something I really don't ever want to do again, at least not in a serious way. So take these variants with a grain of salt. If you don't like variants, that's cool. If you're not quite sure, and oh, that might be interesting, oh, I don't like that variant, that's cool too. And if you like variants, that's fine as well. I happen to really, really enjoy variants. And what's interesting is with variants, it offers chess. You can, of course, have your creativity come alive in your games, no doubt about it. But with variants, what I like is some of the students create their own games. They create their own rules and their own chess world. And I think that's tremendous. Some of the variants that we're going to cover were initially suggested by students, and perhaps some of the combining of these ideas, these variants, were suggested by students. And some of these ideas are tremendous. So it's like giving, you got a chess board and you've got 32 pieces. Is there a limit to what you can do in terms of gaming? No. It isn't. Chess is infinite in and of itself, but let's subtract that. The variance, you can do anything with those pieces on a board. Anything. So let's start here. All right, the first variant, and the variant we're going to cover today in this series is going to be refutation chess, aka we know it as no, as in no, no chess. This is one of my favorites. A lot of the kids like this variant because it allows them to say no, a word that sometimes kids are not encouraged to say, especially not in a school atmosphere. They have to conform, comply, obey. but not in refutation chess. You can say no. Now, the rules are the pieces move the same, checkmate ends the game, so on and so forth. But there is one big difference, and this is a big but. At most, once per turn, each player can refute the opponent's last move, the move they just made, by refuting it. Just say no. And they must take back that move in that position, on that move, and play any other legal move. They can move the same piece or pawn just to a different square, but they cannot play that move that you refuted at that time. They have to play something else, anything else that's legal. And then you take it from there. So, no chess really, I think, highlights one of Nimzovich's ideas as to overprotection. If you only have one defender of a piece and it gets chopped in no chess, and you don't, okay, let's say it's attacked twice, but it's defended once. The opponent captures, you refute that capture, but then they take it with another piece. And if you're only defending it once and you recapture, they can just refute and you lose. So overprotection is an idea. Forcing moves are huge. If you don't have enough options in response to the opponent's forcing moves, they could just refute their way and force their way to victory. So it gives a psychological element on top of those ideas as well, with, maybe maybe you've got some choices and you deliberately don't say the best move. So if the opponent refutes it, then you pop out the best move. There's that going on as well. No chess can be pretty deep. So let's see a very trivial example just to illustrate the basics here of no chess, refutation chess, NO chess. I think I got this variation online, but I like no chess. I prefer to say no instead of I refute. It's more fun to say no. You got to say like Ferris Bueller at the restaurant. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start no chess, and let's pretend that the player with the white pieces plays e4, and I'm using the different board here for variance. This board did not hold up well in yesterday's live stream, so hopefully we do better today. Let's say the opponent plays e4 every single time on move one. They've got the white pieces. You know what? Let's make them play something else. No. Well, that move was refuted. Now they can play e3. It is not a touch move refutation. That would be, I suppose, a different variant. And that sounds pretty interesting. They can play e3, but they may not play e4 on this move in this position. Can't do it. They can play anything else. They can play d4, which you cannot refute. They can play c4, whatever, but they may not play e4. That has been refuted. So let's say, okay, they play d4. And I'm going to play, you know what? I like England. Let's play, oh, that England, sorry. Let's play the England gambit. White wants to accept. I want to accept your gambit. You know what? Not in refutation chess. I'm not going to allow that. So they would have to take the move back and put the pawn back on the board, and they can play anything else, but they may not accept your England gambit because you refuted their move. And when I say move, that includes captures. So they have to do anything else. So refutation chess, at most, you can refute the opponent once per turn. You don't have to refute them. You don't have to. Now, some players who play refutation chess just never refute at all. But it is a mechanic of the variant. It's something you'll want to use situationally. Doesn't mean you use it every single move. No, but it gets deeper into, what can go wrong. No chess can end up there can be a lot going on with no chess. So try it out if it sounds interesting to you. No chess. You can refute the opponent's previous move, the move they just made, by saying no. And you can think about, if you're playing with a clock, okay, use your time to consider whether or not you're going to refute their move. It doesn't have to be instantaneous. Just don't make a move until you've made your decision. But once you touch your piece, you can no longer refute. You can no longer refute. Once you go to make your move, that's it. So the refutation must be made before you go to play your next move. Otherwise, it is too late. No chess. Try it out. Or if you don't want to, no, don't try it out. Thank you for watching.